Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host. And as always, we have with us the executive producers, EPE and Nevada Putnam. On today's episode 272, we're going to get into NFL Week 1, and we'll do some of our previews and picks for year-end awards. We'll get into a head-to-head review, pop culture pick'em, top 5 sports times of the year, and a blind 5 time permitting. Without further ado, how are you doing this evening, Nevada?
I'm doing good. We finally got pro football back. It's nice to see college football back, but pro football, can't beat that. You get a 1-2 punch. And also a real quick, happy B-Day to the EPE.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, this is the second recording on one of our birthdays in the last month. So yeah. It's pretty ironic to kick off recordings. If you're joining us for this recording, this is a Thursday episode, Thursday, September 5th. Have some conflicts, so won't always be Tuesday anymore. Thursday might be the more permanent day. It's going to force me to watch shitty Thursday night football, so that's unfortunate. How you doing this? Go ahead.
I was going to say that's a fair fall from grace. Yeah, that does suck.
I hate it. I usually go to the movies, and everyone's like, "God, that game sucked," and I was like, "Yeah, that's why I go to the movies."
This is going to be the best Thursday game of the year and probably of the last, 4 or 5 years.
Detroit versus Kansas City was good last year. So I noticed, obviously, because no one's hurt yet. Well, for the most part, nobody's hurt.
Right.
Wasn't that crazy, 52-51 game from the Rams and Chiefs?
No, that was not Thursday.
Okay. I just, for some reason in my head, I always thought that was a Thursday game.
I thought it might have been Monday Night Football, to be honest.
Yeah, it was either Sunday night or Monday night.
But there was a last what was the season?
Oh, it was Monday night.
So they have had some very good season openers recently. Baltimore was part of one of them. But yeah, the season openers, they usually schedule 2 really good teams. Nobody's really hurt yet. Honestly, the injury news was not as bad coming out of camp this year. So, I know some players are nicked up, but as far as season enders, there wasn't anyone really notable who went down. So that's
the wrong blend.
So let's see here. We'll go. We're in 24, so we'll go last 10 years, starting in 2014. These are opening games. Packers, Seahawks.
Oh, that was sucked.
Yeah, 36-16 Hawks. Patriots, Steelers. Patriots won 28-21. Broncos beat the Panthers 21-20. Chiefs beat the Patriots 42-27. Eagles beat the Falcons 18-12. Packers beat the Bears in a barn burner 10-3. Chiefs beat the Texans 34-20. Bucks beat the Cowboys 31-29. Bills beat the Rams 31-10. And then last year, Detroit beat KC in KC 21-20.
Yeah, they hit a last-second kick to win that game, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's all right. I'll get over it. Shout out Texas this week. Big game.
How come?
Eric, who do your Tar Heels play?
I have no idea because my Longhorns. Michigan.
What flavor of the month is it?
No, we're not doing that no more.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No.
Yeah, we are.
No.
Yeah, we are.
All right.
Let's get into head-to-head.
I bet. Let me get that shared here.
Oh, we don't have that shared.
I didn't.
Find him and cut him
I
in that
didn't get
order.
it in pre-show. He was moving too fast.
So I haven't told anyone this, but Nevada is looking for help. He needs a second producer. We're gonna have to let someone go.
Shit. Fired from 2 jobs on my birthday, dude. That's crazy.
Good riddance.
All right. So last week, week 35, a more typical 303 room week. We had 2 victories total. JC went 0-3.
I don't even think I was close on mine.
No. You were close on your Padres Milwaukee Brewers bet, but the other 2, LSU.
That LSU was not supposed to be in there, but
it's either way, it would have been 2-0, so I feel less bad.
Eric decided to make the hugest parlay in the
just
world.
Combined both in the world.
The odds are 100,000,000.
Nick went 0-3, 1292-1, down 45.81 units.
He's not even.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Nevada went 1-2. He did not have a close NASCAR finish because there's only 3 options, and he picked Toyota, and Toyota finished 3rd this time. I'm starting to follow closely. I'm starting to pick up the trends. I'm gonna start fading you, brother. I have to. There's money.
No, it's not a bad bet. Yeah,
They're all plus money.
That's crazy. And then I went 1-2 as well, putting me at 30-75, up 6.63 units. I could have had a perfect week, 2 gut-wrenching losses. So first parlay, I had a bunch of spreads. I took Michigan minus 21.5. They won by 20. And then in my other parlay, I took about 6 different soccer teams in Europe, and all of them won except my team's bitter rival, who I bet on, drew 1-1 with the shitbag team and blew my parlay. So what a fantastic week that was.
I loved it.
Of course you did.
I don't know why you guys try to bet soccer. You guys are awful at it.
I agree. Like when I see a soccer bet come in, especially if they're just like money lines, like, man, I don't know.
It's just I'm just like, oh, they bet soccer. All right, book that L. Because it's always 6. It's always 6 legs plus. It's always the favorites, and the favorites never always win. Like never. And they act like, oh yeah, it's Arsenal, it's Man City. It's like, and then they lose.
I mean, you say that
every single time.
I hit the exact same bet the week before.
How many teams?
I think it was like 5 or 6.
You think?
I mean, I could easily go just
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Eric, would you like to share the parlay that you sent today so that the roomies can pay attention to this over the weekend?
So yeah, it was 6. It was Liverpool, Bayern, Dortmund, Porto, Barca, and Real. But anyway, yeah. So the one I said today, for the what would it be? Eagles game. So it's the same game parlay. So I have the Eagles minus 2.5.
Oh, you lost.
AJ Brown anytime touchdown. Jalen Hurts over 175 passing yards. Jordan Love over 200 plus passing yards. Saquon Barkley 60 plus rushing yards. Philly first to score. Philly first to 10. Green Bay scores over 13.5, and Philly scores over 20.5 in the game.
Green Bay kickoff return for a touchdown. Book it.
If that happens, it is what it is, dude. And then I did send that college one that's pretty bananas too.
That's the one I was referring to. Is this college one is absurd.
So I have Utah minus 14.5, Notre Dame minus 28, Bama minus 31, Ohio State minus 38, Houston versus Oklahoma over 49.5, and then I took all of these money line: Clemson, Oregon, North Carolina, Washington, Louisville, Auburn, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and Texas money line. Plus 9,450 odds.
The game just got delayed.
Dang it.
Did it? Oh.
That's so funny.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's a pretty ridiculous parlay, dude. But I think it's going to hit.
Man,
I hope you would think that if you submit it, I hope you think that. If you ever submit a parlay and say, oh, I don't think it's going to hit, what the fuck are we doing?
I hope it comes down to the last one just so you sweat it out like you sweat out all the other big parlays.
Dude. I'm trying to have a stress-free 33, dude, but I don't know if that's going to happen, dude. hanging out with you bastards and making bets all the time.
He's gonna be miserable tomorrow.
Pre-game, I'm always miserable pre-game until the game kicks off, and then I'm doubly miserable.
Packers are gonna win, and he's gonna be all.
Eagles fans are going to be saying, "Leave Sirianni in Rio, give him a green jersey, and let him find his way home."
I'm almost positive they're going to boo Jalen in the first quarter. First bad throw he makes, he's getting booed. Watch.
I expect nothing less from a Philly fan base.
They suck.
I agree with you guys. That's the problem. Like, I know my fan base sucks.
Well, you are them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No. Yes.
No.
Facts.
We're gonna do this again.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard your pronouns during football season are they them.
No, dude. We're not doing that today.
All for one, one for all, right?
Motherfuckers.
Can't wait for that autistic Tourette's.
Go Birds!
Oh man.
Grease the birds, go Poles. Let's get an head-to-head.
All right, let's do that. All right, so head-to-head this week. Pop culture pick'em this week is top 5 sports time of the year. First pick Nevada, followed by Jermaine, and then myself. Nevada, what you got, brother?
I would think this has got to be fairly obvious, but it's got to be March Madness.
Yeah.
Everybody loves March Madness. Everybody can at least root for, if you start getting 8 seeds or something that start pushing deep, everybody starts paying attention. So March Madness.
Go ahead.
You jumped in like you were gonna give your pick.
No,
so
I was just
like,
gonna say, like, if you're a degenerate gambler and listen to this podcast, like, that has to be your 101. Like, it's the best time of year, especially if
March Madness is special.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with opening day.
The OG opening day, baseball.
Baseball, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody else calls it opening day.
Opening day.
For those who are confused, I did mean Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball.
So with my first pick, I don't know because it only happens every 4 years, but the World Cup, like the summer of the World Cup, it's the best. Can I just put that?
You're at the keyboard. I have.
It's your pick.
And then I will do NBA playoffs. It's just the best time of year.
You're always so insufferable.
Yeah, doesn't mean I don't love
them. I don't know how you do it if your Mavs aren't in it. Like if they're that bottom seed, and you, it's got to be tough for you. Ever since Dirk left.
Yeah, dude, Dirk's my hero, man.
Yeah,
love that dude.
Oh boy, I'll go NFL draft.
Interesting.
Love the NFL draft. I get hyped for it every year.
I'm gonna go with the start of. I'll go with start of college football. Maybe not 0 week, but like week 1 at least. Because 0 week, not everybody's playing, but at least week 1, everybody starts getting back there.
Week 1 is wild, man. There's so many games. You're just like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm. For me, I felt like full of life again last Saturday. I was like, oh, God, we're back. I have something to watch on Saturdays now. Let's see. Second one, I'm going to go with, I'm going to go back to back with college football. I'm going to go bowl season, specifically the New Year's Day 6, New Year's Eve 6.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the bowl season. I just give me the championship game. Bring back the BCS.
You're not waiting for the Bahamas Bowl to kick everything off?
No, dude. Like the Pop-Tarts Bowl, yawn. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take NBA on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a great holiday to have some sports on. It's a good pick. I like that one.
Yeah, I always get mad when the NFL has games. I'm just like, I'm not gonna watch them. Like, I got 5 NBA games. Go away.
They're making it a point now too to put one every year on Christmas.
Yeah, they're being cunty about it.
It's annoying as hell.
I'm so like, the more that they move into other days, I'm like, I'm just watching Sunday and Mondays. Like, you're losing me.
Yeah.
Like, when college football ends, sure, you could do Saturdays, but like, I don't care. I don't want to watch NFL every single day. That is not a desire I have. And by November 1st, I'm already bored of the NFL season. It's a boring fucking sport. There's so much downtime.
Yes, they're. Is it right around Christmas? They're doing. Was it 6 days out of the 7?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I think. Was it only Was it Wednesday? It's the only day they're not having a game or something.
Yeah.
I'll be watching the NBA. I won't watch that. Like, there's no way. I'm not trying to watch one play and then wait 60 seconds for the next play.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't understand how people think it's so riveting. And then the big play happens, holding. The very next play, incompletion. It's like, dog, this is not good sport.
Football is probably the worst sport to watch in person because it is a whole lot of standing around, running off and on the sidelines for 7 seconds of play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it again.
And the stat that always cracks me up, because everyone's like, baseball is boring. Sure. On television, it was boring as fuck. In person, it's fantastic. There's more game action in a baseball game on average than in a football game.
Jeez.
That, like, it's crazy. It's like 29 minutes of action in a baseball game versus like 26.75 for NFL or something crazy like that.
Man,
That's crazy.
NFL marketing has got it down.
It's
They
just
tricked everybody.
it's easy for the simpletons to follow. They don't have to pay attention, and if they look down, they won't miss anything.
That's why I watch it.
Because everyone watches it on their phone.
Football?
Yeah, everyone's swiping up refresh on their fantasy scores like nincompoops. Like it's going to change anything.
I'm guilty of that.
Go ahead, Eric.
Probably I'll say baseball in the 4th. Basketball playoffs are over. You're moving into that summer season. But that game at the stadium, fireworks, beers, America, it's just a great time. And then I will go with Super Bowl weekend, also because that's when we have waste management and what's the Barrett Jackson. So that whole weekend in Arizona, you get the Super Bowl, you get waste management, Barrett Jackson. It's just a great time.
All right. I didn't think Barrett Jackson was going to be making an appearance on today's.
Do you ever watch it?
I watched it very loosely a couple times.
Yeah. Just seeing some of the prices those cars go for, man, is out of control.
Oh, yeah. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. For a freaking car.
I'm going Boxing Day. For those who don't know, that's the day after Christmas. English Premier League plays a whole bunch of soccer on that day. It's always big time matchups too.
It's a full slate, if I'm not mistaken.
I was gonna say that, but didn't need to put my foot in my mouth.
I think it's a full slate, but I'll have to double check.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of soccer.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I gotta put the Cup playoffs on there.
I'm shocked it lasted this long.
I was too. But yeah, I'll put it up there now. And then I'm torn between this one, but I will go with I'll go with the Daytona 500 to start it off. The week after the Super Bowl, Sunday after the Super Bowl, NASCAR has their Super Bowl. Always waiting for the big one. It's coming. That big nasty wreck's coming.
I'll do a trade deadline. Any sport.
Which trade deadline's most tantalizing for you?
Oh, NBA, because it's usually the one that gets the most bonkers. But MLB's up there, and NHL, I feel like recently has started getting just wild with it. They'll just ship off like $8-9 million players. And I'm like, yo, what?
All the rentals here, go play for that team for 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can find your next team. So NHL's kind of gotten into the MLB kind of side of things where you send a couple prospects and you get Tarasenko for a playoff run or some craziness like that.
Yep.
So
all right, and to close this out here, top 5 sports times of the year. If you live in the States, this probably shouldn't make sense, but the month of October, right? Football's still good. You got playoff baseball. You got NBA. You got soccer going, college football going. October is just lit for sports.
That's a sneaky last pick there, Eric.
Homie just picked the whole month.
But what it could every year in October is not the same.
My favorite time is October.
Everything outside of July and August.
Slutty cats, football, slutty nurses, basketball.
It's a fantastic time, dude.
Slutty superheroes, baseball.
I see nothing wrong with the logic there, dude. It's tracking right now.
Oh man.
Slutty sluts. All right, read back the list, big fella.
All right, so top 5 sports times of the year. Nevada had March Madness, start of college football, bowl season, Stanley Cup playoffs, and the Daytona 500. Jermaine had opening day, the NFL draft, NBA on Christmas, Boxing Day, and the trade deadline. I took summer of the World Cup, NBA playoffs, baseball on the 4th, Super Bowl weekend, and the entire month of October.
Yeah, it's just favorite time of the year. October. Grease the poles, go bird.
It tracks, man. I don't know what you're saying.
Oh god.
I hate you guys.
I don't want to say it's a cop-out choice, but god.
Little bit. little bit. The logic tracks, but it feels like a cop out. My guy was just like, I don't know. October?
You know what? You started it off with an event that happens once every 4 years and then came back with
took a
whole month. So I guess it'll balance out. Jeez. What a jabroni.
Last choice. October.
Panic decision.
Boy. Hey, for all you fantasy footballers, Rashi Rice avoids commissioner's exempt list, so he's gonna get to play for you this year. For now.
I mean, you can get put on that at any time.
I'm just saying, you missed it for now. You got him week 1.
He's gonna go into week 2. Go into halftime and not come out of the tunnel. Like, where's Rashid? Like, you got a call from Roger.
No big deal. We suspend players for whole years. Shout out my boy Calvin Ridley. 8 charges for deadly street racing crash. Suit him up, boys.
Felony charges.
Suit him up. Did he hurt people? Yeah, don't matter. Put him on the football field. Let him hurt some grown men for a change. Oh boy. All right, let's get into Blind 5, Nevada.
All right, let's do it. Let's see here. What we got? All right, we're going to go 1 through 6.
Pick a number, Eric.
6.
All righty. Hopefully this one will maybe work a little better for you since Nick's not here. Your first entry is going to be Game of Thrones.
We're just opening with Game of Thrones?
Yes, sir.
How many television shows are better than Game of Thrones, Eric?
Maybe 3.
So 1?
Maybe 3. Like Breaking Bad?
No. I'm like, okay, so there's only 3 better. So we put it at 1 then.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I didn't mean like
Yeah, no.
like only one is better.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now. Now I understand.
Yeah, I could see the confusion.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you.
I was like, no, you said 3.
Damn.
I do think Breaking Bad's my all-time favorite TV show. So television peaked for me with Breaking Bad. That's why I kind of stopped watching.
I hope it's not TV shows, because if he does say Breaking Bad, I probably would put it over. But you know.
Yeah, I will be bummed, but we're safe with Game of Thrones at 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless he goes some shenanigans, he's like stuff with dragons.
We're not gonna go dragons, but your next one is I Love Lucy.
Oh.
Another fire TV show. I didn't like. My thing is like it. I didn't grow up with it. You know what I mean? I didn't watch it with grandparents or anything, but I did watch it on Nick and Night. I'm probably good with 5, to be honest.
Yeah, I understand like the cultural impacts you have. I don't really like the show, so 5 for me.
I thought the show was good. It's just not. I mean, it's hard to make something in the 60s that's better than stuff today.
Yeah.
All right. Next entry is going to be CSI.
Shit, I would have put I Love Lucy above that.
4, I guess. I don't know, but
CSI what? Miami with my guy in the shades?
The OG Vegas one.
Oh, I'm not even sure I know who's in that.
That's the one with the redhead dude, right? No, that's Miami. What's his name?
Literally just said Miami.
I know. What's his name though? Cardine?
I don't know.
David Carradine?
I don't watch CSI.
You should. 4 is my vote.
It's 4 for sure.
Yeah.
4.
He's gonna say something stupid.
Next up is Bonanza.
The game show?
The TV show Bonanza. The
What's
Western
the
TV show.
category here?
I've never even heard of this, Nevada.
You've never heard of Bonanza?
No, I thought it was a game show.
All right. Well, do you want me to change it? I can change it up on the fly to the Andy Griffith show if you want.
Hold on. Ooh, that's a good show. Let me look up Bonanza, though. Bonanza. American television series.
Don't tell me this is like a Midwest thing, because I know Nick would know about this as well.
Oh yeah, I used to watch this with my dad.
I think my dad watched it. I
yeah.
just
I used to watch that with my dad. 3.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't seen it.
I'm just not finding the connection between these shows and fucking I Love Lucy.
Then
one show started when the other ended.
the last one you guys have it too is ER.
Oh, I'm all right with that. That's a good show.
At 2?
Clooney, bro.
Yeah.
It's better than all the other shows.
It really is. The list is probably Anthony Edwards is in ER. Just not that Anthony Edwards.
Oh,
you're brave.
What?
Are we breaking news right now?
Yeah, I love how you guys your brain refused to accept that other people can be named Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. Well,
what networks were these on?
Game of Thrones is on HBO.
Oh, okay, so the rest of them are not.
Shows owned by Warner? No. Shows with super famous people in them? Fuck, I don't know, dude.
Shows that made movie stars.
Yeah? No.
the category is TV shows with the highest ratings of their respective decade. I Love Lucy from the 50s, Bonanza from the 60s, ER from the 90s, CSI from the aughts, and Game of Thrones from the 2010s.
Huh.
I knew it had something to do with that's why I was like, one show ended when another one started. But I was just like, I'm not looking up the times. I'm not looking up when these shows ended.
I gotta go check out CSI, dog. Highest rated show of the 2000s?
Bro,
I'm sure it doesn't hold up now, but
It has so many spin-offs. How did you not think that it was like wildly successful?
Dude, that's just what Hollywood does. They just spin off shit that works. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It was the highest rated. I mean, what was else in the 2000s? Seinfeld, Friends? No, Seinfeld was more 90s. Friends was more 90s. Sopranos?
Sopranos was 2000.
I think the reason CSI ended up getting in there is just because it was network TV. Like Sopranos was HBO.
More people had access to it. And then when Game of Thrones came out, way more people had access to HBO at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, The Sopranos is a 9.2. And CSI is a 7.7 on IMDb. Where did you get these ratings from?
I'll have to go back and find it.
It's just they just use a different rating. It's no big deal. I was just
very well could be. Yeah, everybody's got a different metric.
Viewership.
Oh, maybe it is viewership. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
that could be. I didn't dig into their
like metrics.
Yeah, the metrics of how they ranked them, but I think it was a combo of viewership and like a basically Rotten Tomatoes score.
Okay. I could still see how CSI was so up there. I mean, didn't that show run for like an ungodly amount of time?
It did, and it obviously it had such a big impact. It changes everybody's perspective because now at work they're like, well, can't you just like swab it for DNA and just like get a result? No, dog. No.
It's like that one comedian. He's like, when I first became a detective, I thought I was going to show up on the scene and semen was going to be everywhere. Like the way CSI played it seemed.
Wasn't that in Superbad?
Is it in Superbad?
When they're talking to McLovin, he's like, sometimes I just dream that everything's covered in semen. It'd be so much easier to find bad guys because everything's covered in semen.
That's funny, dude.
My thing is like, don't they have to have my semen sample on record?
Correct. Otherwise, it just goes in. It's like, hey, here's case 1, 2, 3. Maybe one day it'll match with somebody.
You need to be able to match it with somebody. Like the fuck.
Damn.
Yeah. That's why I always laugh. I was just like, yeah, I mean, you can have it, but like, if it doesn't match somebody in the system, then you're shit out of luck.
Yeah, it just sits there until they get caught again, and you're like, hey, son of a bitch. We got a match.
16 seasons for CSI. Didn't end till 2015.
Damn. And their heyday was back in the 2000s.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What's the lead character's name?
God, Travis Kelce looks like a straight-up murderer with his new haircut. Certified psycho. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's got...
Lawrence Fishburne did 61 episodes.
Probably like the captain or chief or something.
I do kind of remember him in that.
Ted Danson did 84 episodes.
I think he was at the end.
Yeah, 2011 to 2015.
Because I can't remember the original main character. Was his name like Grisham? I think he was like the head lab detective or something.
Oh, like the character's name is Grisham?
I thought it was.
William Peterson, Dr. Gil Grissom.
Yeah, that must be it. You probably recognize the face. You're like, oh, yeah, I've seen him in a couple episodes or something. But, yeah, CSI took over the TV prime time back in the day. I remember watching that all the time.
Wait, what's
cool shit
right now?
With what?
I was sorry. There was a video going on. Mm-hmm. Oh man, dude! So his mugshot does not look like the character he played in the show. So I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Oh, he's got a mugshot.
Well, his IMDb page. I use IMDb for everything. And he just updated his photo. He's obviously not.
Gotcha.
30 or whatever he was. And now I recognize him without a shadow of a doubt. But before that, I was sitting here like, who the fuck is this guy?
Now I gotta pull this up too.
I was like, who's this schmo? But yeah, I had the IMDb app on my phone and everything. So before we get into the NFL Week 1, we're actually going to go ahead and get into the season preview and picks. Each one of us, except for Nick, because he didn't get them in on time. So if you're listening right now, Nick, boo, you suck. We'll provide our MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, GM of the Year, or Executive of the Year, AFC Championship. So I guess we're picking both teams in the AFC Championship, both teams in the NFC Championship, Super Bowl winner, and Super Bowl MVP. List just keeps getting longer every year.
I think we added Super Bowl MVP this year.
Oh, boy. I'll let one of you two chuckle fucks go first.
Well, you want to just start from like GM of the year and work our way up to MVP?
No, who cares about GM of the year?
All right.
Start with the big boy.
All right, Nevada, who you got for MVP, brother?
All right, MVP. I feel like this is my Nick and Jermaine Myles Garrett pick. Eventually, I'm going to hit with Joe Burrow. So this year, I got Joe Burrow at plus 950 MVP. It's going to happen one of these years, just like Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett won last year, you hoe.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe this is the year Burrow finally breaks through.
Homie said maybe it'll happen. No, it did. I was right. And if Mason Rudolph wasn't a cunt, I would have won it that year too. Shout out Mason Rudolph, terrific college quarterback. That dude was fun to watch.
All right. So I'm gonna keep it in the quarterback class, but I'm gonna go with a different one. I'm gonna go Jordan Love at plus 1400.
It's good. He's gonna start 1-0.
Hey, you can't win MVP if you don't win the first game of the year.
Well, then he's not winning MVP. I changed my pick.
He changes his pick. So I'll give my dark horse for MVP, and then I'll give who I'm actually picking. My dark horse for MVP is Trevor Lawrence.
So I'm adding all your dark horses to Nick's section. Those will be his picks.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, that's fun.
We'll pick dark horses for
plus 3,000, brother, for T-Law.
Thanks, brother.
Eric has heard me talk about this man's schedule ad nauseum during fantasy draft weeks. The only thing that really keeps me plugged into football is fantasy football. My man's plays in 14 domes this year, and he's absolute shmoney inside a dome, and he's shmoney at home, and his team is shmoney, and his team lost in the NFC Championship. Give me Jared Goff at plus 2,000 for National Football League MVP.
That's crazy.
The obvious one that none of us took is Josh Allen at plus 900. The narrative is there.
Put a team on his back.
Yeah.
50 touchdowns total. Yeah, I can see it.
Narrative's there. If he goes 4,545, like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be hard pressed to tell that man no.
For the viewers, to give you insight here, Patrick Mahomes is the favorite, plus 475, followed by CJ Stroud at plus 800.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Josh Allen at plus 900, Joe Burrow at plus 950, and Jalen Hurts closing the top 5 out at plus 1,200.
So someone brought this up on a podcast I was listening to, and I was like, this is an excellent comparison, and this was kind of the point I was trying to make when we were doing the futures for the AFC South. It's like, everyone is treating CJ Stroud's leap as a foregone conclusion.
No.
As a matter of fact. For him to be ahead of Josh Allen in odds, to be ahead of Lamar Jackson, who's won it twice, like, this is crazy. To be ahead of Dak Prescott, who outplayed him last year, like, I don't get it. But the comparison was CJ Stroud very well could have a Baker Mayfield year 2.
There's always a sophomore slump.
His statistics against man coverage, he averaged less yards per attempt than Desmond Ridder against man coverage.
Doesn't like that, man.
Desmond Ridder got traded for Rondale Moore.
Why you gotta do that to Rondale?
Yeah, dog. Why you gotta bury the homie like that?
It's not Rondale. I'm just saying the dude who had more yards per attempt against man coverage got traded for a wide receiver 3. And CJ Stroud is just a foregone conclusion to just take this lead. Now, I'm not betting against the man. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be in the conversation for MVP. He absolutely should be. But plus 800 is crazy. The second favorite?
Here's a question for you guys. And it's too bad Nick isn't here. Nick, you'll have to answer this on your own. Who has the bigger leap up or down, Stroud or Bryce Young? Obviously, CJ would probably go down. You would be thinking Bryce would go up. Who has the biggest leap from where they were last year?
Well, Stroud was already so high. I'll take Bryce Young.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to take Bryce. Just adding Canales, I think it's just going to tremendously help the young man. They got him on number 1 wide receiver. They drafted a solid number 2 receiver for him. They still have the OG Thielen, a lot more creativity.
And plus, CJ Stroud played great last year.
Yeah.
And so to go up, but if he plays great again, it could very well be the same numbers. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying both go up. I'm saying if Stroud regresses to the mean so much and Bryce Young succeeds so much, that difference from where they were at last year to where they end up this year, plus or minus from where they were last year, you still think Stroud has the most, or I'm sorry, Bryce Young has the most ground.
Yeah. He makes the most progress. He progresses more
positive or negative.
Yeah,
100%. He was so bad last year.
Oh yeah, it's hard to argue against it.
Like, homie, just like 66% completion percentage, right? 65, maybe like 3,200 yards and 23 and a half tutties. And you're looking at it like, oh my God, they fixed Bryce Young. And then the hype train is all aboard for Carolina next year. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he
was so bad last year. Yeah. I think the homie threw like 8 touchdown passes or something like that.
Yeah.
Hold on, I hope it's not that low.
I mean, they gave the man no help.
Dude, he was throwing to me, you, Nevada, and Nick out there. Yeah, he had 11 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
He won't repeat that.
He had 28,000 passing yards. Like, he was sub 60 completion. Like, minimal increases, and you're talking about just a phenomenal quarterback. You know what I mean? Like,
you throw 20 touchdowns and you still throw 10 picks. That's a way better year.
That's exactly the point. So it's like, because CJ Stroud has to hit elite company, basically. He has to break 30 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, he either has to join that elite conversation or he has to fall so bad where they're like, ugh, was this, like you said, a Baker Mayfield thing where it's like, what the hell happened to
and Baker added OBJ.
Right.
And CJ Stroud added Stephon Diggs.
The biggest wide receiver cancer in the league.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to give that to Jamar Chase. But, buddy, Jamar, you're not consistent enough to be holding out with 2 years left on your contract, bro.
He was practicing today.
He's still held out. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
People hold out every year.
Stephon Diggs is a captain. I'm just saying, if Stephon Diggs he got nominated a captain for the Houston Texans.
I get it. And he's also John at CJ Stroud in a freaking preseason game.
Yeah, he wants to win. It's time to get right.
He
Tom Brady, Jaws, it's perfectly fine. This is my thing. It's just like wide receivers just can't do it. But look, like Stroud, 63.9%, 41.08, 23 tutties, and 5 interceptions. Like, dude, that's really good. Like to go up, you're asking for 4,530, which is exactly what I said. Totally in the realm of possibility.
Yes,
totally in the realm. But even then, if Bryce gets to 3,422, like that's just a bigger, it's more impressive.
Right.
All right. That's enough of the MVP talk. Shout out Josh Allen. If he gets it done this year, that'd be so sick.
All right. So moving into the offensive player of the year, Nevada, who you got?
Offensive player. Let me double check. I took CMC.
What was
Kind
his
of a
plus 850.
Yeah, sorry, 850. Not the favorite, but not far off either. When you got a guy who's multifaceted, can do it either way, I think there's no question that if there's anybody in the league, maybe Breece Hall, maybe Bijan here, we'll see what he does in the next few years. But CMC is the guy right now who's the only threat for 1,000. Not to mention all the touchdowns. He's in a system where he flourishes. Obviously, he'll probably miss a game or two just for injuries or maintenance, but still, he's going to put up insane numbers. He should have been MVP last year. I don't see how he's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see how he slows down, so I'll go with CMC for now.
Eric?
I am taking CeeDee Lamb at plus 1,000.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that correctly. Did you just pick a Cowboy?
Yeah. I'm not completely biased, dude.
Dude is fading. Goes with Jordan Love to win tomorrow, and now he's going with CD for the OPOY.
I might be the biggest Eagles fan in this house this year, dude. Heavy fades across the board, dude.
Wow.
Who's your dark horse, Jermaine?
Dark horse?
Yeah, because you got to give us Nick's picks first.
Yeah, dark horse is Garrett Wilson plus 3,000. Homie's bald with Zipper Zachy Will slinging the rock to him, or not slinging the rock to him. Aaron Rodgers plays average. I think Garrett Wilson can be a very good player. Like, he's gonna have to do something that we haven't seen him do, though, and that might be part of the narrative. The fact that the rest of his team's really, really good, right? Like, the defense is fantastic. Even sans Hassan Reddick. Offensive line should be improved. Breece Hall's very good. I was looking at this, and Breece Hall is plus 1,500, and Garrett Wilson is plus 3,000. I was just like, yeah, no brainer. Give me Garrett Wilson plus 3,000. Now, as far as my MVP pick, I'm going to go ahead and take Jonathan Taylor at not MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. I'm taking Jonathan Taylor Thomas at plus 2,800.
That's fine. So for our listeners, top 5, Tyreek Hill plus 700, CMC plus 850, CD plus 1,000, Jamar Chase plus 1,200, and then Jettas is plus 1,300.
If Justin Jefferson does Justin Jefferson things with these quarterbacks, it's a foregone conclusion. If Jettas still hits 1,500 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 100 plus 100 catches or whatever, you got to give it to him. Just pure heroics. That means the Vikings hit their over or challenging for a playoff spot. You know what I mean? Like, if Justin Jefferson goes full, I'm the baddest dude, this is why I'm the highest paid non-quarterback, like, it very well could be. But Tyreek Hill being the favorite is easy money, in my opinion. Especially you can get him at plus 700. So it's a fantastic bet. Let's get into Defensive Player of the Year.
All right, Nevada, who you got?
I'm going with the Mad Maniac in Vegas with Max Crosby at plus 700. He's a machine. He's improved every year. He's an animal. Their defense improves. Obviously, they got Antonio Pierce at the helm, who's obviously a defensive guy. The Raiders are going to have some growing pains, especially at quarterback, because they really kind of don't have one, at least one for the future. So they're going to have to rely heavily on that defense, and I think Max is just going to go to another level, and I think he'll definitely be on the short list for sack leader.
I love it. I'm going to take Aiden Hutchinson plus 1,100 for the Detroit Lions. They're probably going to be one of the best teams in the NFL inside, like you said, playing in 14 domes. Jared Goff's going to be lighting it up, and I think there's going to be a lot of loose, fun defense being played by the Lions because their coach is going to encourage it. They're going to be free because they're not going to be playing with many. They're not going to be trying to call back into games, and I think that boy's just going to run rampant on offensive lines.
I'd be impressive. I'm going to go with similar to CeeDee Lamb balling out last year and forcing the Cowboys' hands to get paid. I'm going to go with Micah Parsons at plus 550. They didn't pay him. They're going to regret it, and he's going to come back with a Defensive Player of the Year trophy, and they're going to have to absolutely sell out to keep that man.
That's your pick, not your dark horse?
That's my pick.
Okay.
It's not a dark horse. That's the second favorite.
I'm just saying. You never know.
He's tied for the best odds. Like dark horse, I'm taking my man's Josh Allen, or for the uninitiated, Josh Hines Allen, at plus 3,000. 17.5 sacks last year. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be real good this year. So I'm taking him. Hopefully his PRWR pass rush win rate improves because it stayed the same from the last 2 years. But I've always thought he was a fantastic player, and it seems to me like he's growing into his own. Just got paid, and time to show off. Trying to show people that there's more than one Josh Allen in this football league.
Two quick things to Jermaine's point with Micah Parsons. Contract year players more often than not fall out, especially when they're top tier guys, because they know I'm betting on myself and they explode, whether it's offense, defense. They just show up because they know that big paycheck's coming and they can make it much bigger. And then the Josh Hines Allen at 3,000. I am going to have a second side bet with Chris Jones. Now that we've seen Aaron Donald get Defensive Player of the Year in the interior, Chris Jones is, I wouldn't say he's Aaron Donald light. He's Aaron Donald 0.2. I mean, they're both.
He's an animal. He's a back-to-back Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, both fantastic. And at 3,500, I don't know. Maybe throw a couple schmeckles on that.
You could convince me.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into Offensive Rookie of the Year.
No matter who you got.
I might be a homer on this one, but Bo Nix. And
it's okay to be a homer.
I say that because how often is the Rookie of the Year? It's either a quarterback or a wide receiver. And Bo Nix has done nothing but show that he can run Sean Payton's offense. And everybody, nation, even here in town, a lot of people are like, yeah, probably going to be a lost season. Sean Payton, what's the stat with Sean Payton, Jermaine? Never won less than 7 games.
Yeah.
I don't see them.
He was 8-9 last year. They gave up 70 points in one game. That was the end of the world.
Yes. I think Bo Nix is going to ultimately start thriving in the system. I think he's going to show up. He's mature. He's smart. He doesn't have a rocket arm, but he's smart, accurate. And at plus 1,000, I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Dark horse, we'll go dark horse first here. Brian Thomas Jr. plus 5,000. You're noticing a trend. I like the value on a lot of these Jaguars players, which is ironic because I don't think I picked them to win the division or make the playoffs. But the team has the potential to be fantastic. And if at the end of the year that's an 11-12 win football team, I won't be shocked. And Brian Thomas Jr. is coming in. He's not playing with a rookie quarterback. The offensive line's pretty good. They can run the football. The defense is good. And Calvin Ridley vacated that role, and Calvin Ridley saw, I think, the most targets in the red zone, or third most targets in the red zone. He just couldn't catch him. So if Brian Thomas can catch him, my man has the opportunity to go for 1,010 as a rook. That's a dark horse, though. The answer is Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you guys can pick the other quarterbacks. That's cute. But Caleb Williams will be competing for a playoff spot. He's going to have probably the best quarterback season for a Chicago Bear ever, and he's set up for every bit of success. So yeah, plus 135. I'm taking Caleb Williams.
For context, Caleb Williams plus 135, Jaden Daniels plus 475, Marvin Harrison Jr. plus 650, Bo Nix plus 1,000, and Malik Neighbors rounds out your top 5 at plus 1,400. Moving into defensive rookie of the year, Nevada, who you got, brother?
I believe I picked. Double check. Yes, Dallas Turner plus 450. Playing in Minnesota, Brian Flores. Fantastic defensive coordinator. I think he's going to love plugging in Dallas Turner, letting him fly. If Minnesota goes anywhere, it's going to be on their defense and JJ balling out.
I'm taking Quinyon Mitchell at plus 1,600. Deep pool, but yeah, I'm just picking him. He's biased. He's going to get a starting role in that Eagles secondary. He was an amazing college player. Fangio is going to let that man kind of be a ball hawk, and we'll see what happens. I think 6 picks, but
Homer pick. Oh man, defensive player of the year. So dark horse, I got Peyton Wilson at 2,500. I believe he was
giving Nick a bone there. NC State boy. All right.
Also, look, he's a fantastic linebacker. I think he was the first inside linebacker taken off the board, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. I could be mistaken. I just think he went to a great situation, and he has the opportunity to put up 130 tackles as a rookie. So it's going to be pretty crazy to watch. Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh usually hits. They usually hit on linebackers. So this is just another one of the long line of linebackers. So I'll take Peyton Wilson as the dart throw. And then obviously I'm going to go with the boys up north, Byron Murphy II. Not really being talked about, drafted to the Seattle Seahawks to help fix that line, the run defense, get the pass rush going. And I think he's going to have a huge impact on that defense. So I'll take Byron Murphy II.
All right. And then for the listeners, Latu is plus 400, Dallas Turner plus 450, Jared Verse plus 900, Byron Murphy plus 1,000, and rounding us out at the 5th position is Terrion Arnold at plus 1,200.
And Mike McDonald, the head coach in Seattle for Byron Murphy, everybody raves about his defensive genius. So he very well may use Byron Murphy to his advantage. And to Jermaine's point, he might blow up and really be that cornerstone for that defense.
That'd be sick.
They need it. They need it too. So that's kind of why I'm going with it. The DC, it helps. We've seen him cook over in Baltimore. So having someone like Byron Murphy is going to be super beneficial for them.
All right. Moving into comeback player of the year. I'll just throw mine out here real quick. I'm going chalk. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers at plus 140.
Yeah. Did anybody have a heart attack last year on the field? No? All right. Then I think Aaron, I'm with you, Eric. You blow out your Achilles, 23 seconds into the season, then you come back and was he 39, something like that? Even if he has an average year, 3,000, 3,200 yards, something like that, he's nobody else on here really shouts comeback player.
This is a fascinating list. It's like super fascinating. So Aaron Rodgers plus 140, Joe Burrow plus 300. So if you have MVP, obviously Burrow's probably. Would they give you comeback player if you won MVP?
I mean, if you come back that hard, they have to.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins plus 500, Anthony Richardson plus 700, and this is the first name it's just like, dude, he just has to have an average quarterback season for you to be like, yeah, holy shit. So I'll take Sam Darnold at plus 1,200.
Who's he starting for?
Minnesota.
They went with him over Mullins?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear if that was what they did.
Yeah, he's was the starter before JJ even went down. So Nick Mullins was the third quarterback on that team. Look, man, former first round pick. We've seen good offensive minds like Dave Canales. Maybe he's the only example who've been able to coax like good years out of now fallen first round quarterbacks. Everyone seems to like Sam Darnold. He has Jordan Addison. He has Aaron Jones. He has Justin Jefferson. He has weapons to get the job done. So I think that's just a fun bet. And then the dark horse is everyone thinks this man sucks at football. And he's never had anyone to throw the football to. He's literally done it all by himself. And him and Saquon together with an awful O-line and me, Nick, Nevada, and Eric at wide receiver made a playoff berth. They made the playoffs. They won a playoff game. They beat Kirk Cousins and won a playoff game. Like, that was 2 years ago. So I'll take Daniel Jones as a dark horse at plus 2,000. You gave him Malik Neighbors. Let's see what he could do. Let's find out how bad he really is, because I think Daniel Jones is an accurate quarterback.
I'd like to point out this list also still has DeMar Hamlin on it.
What's he coming back from? Get this dude out of here, bro.
Like, you either came back or you didn't, all right? He was just named starter, I think, yesterday or something, starting safety.
For those of you, TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year bettors, he's plus 7,500 on the comeback player list. Kyler Murray at plus 2,000. Fascinating. And I mean, that nothing else. Tank Dell can have a special season and maybe win this award, but we'll see.
All right. So moving into Coach of the Year, just throw it out there. I'm taking the leader of the New York Jets, Robert Saleh, at plus 1,600.
Damn, he's going from hot seat to Coach of the Year.
Yeah, dog. 15-2.
Crazy.
I went, let me double check. I think I went with McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Mike McDonald in Seattle at plus 1,000. I think he's going to try to bring back that defense that was so vaunted in the 2010s. Still got another year of Geno. Their offense is still lethal with DK and Tyler. I think they can make some noise and cause some issues, so I'm going to go with Mike McDonald plus 1,000.
Dark horse, Dave Canales plus 1,800. If you fix Bryce Young, you should probably win Coach of the Year. It's a pretty low bar, dog. Pretty low bar. And then for my pick, I'm going Jonathan Gannon at plus 1,700.
Ooh.
Your Arizona pick, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Ooh.
Cardinals winning the division this year, boys.
I know. It falls in line with your picks.
Book it. I need to revise my Jaguars pick, dude.
All right.
And
go ahead.
our favorite coach, Mike Tomlin, 2,500. You're gonna tell me if he doesn't get playoffs,
bro? If he makes Justin Fields work, Coach of the Year, bro.
They win 10 games. They get the fifth seed just because Baltimore wins 13 games or whatever. You're gonna tell me he ain't Coach of the Year? Come on, 2,500.
If he teaches Justin Fields how to read a defense. I saw a video today of Jordan Love's footwork versus Justin Fields' footwork, and I was like, oh, that's why Justin Fields sucks.
There you go.
Dang. All right, so there is no odds on DraftKings. We're just going to give you some names here. So for GM of the year, I was looking at it. There's a couple good guys, but I'm just going to go with Howie Roseman.
Oh, wow. There it is. Was that your 4th year in a row picking Howie?
Probably, dude.
Granted, I think he's won like 3 years in a row or something.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, the Lions guy won last year.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Tragically.
who you got in Nevada?
I'm going to go with Ryan Pace with the Bears. He did a good job locking down DJ. Obviously, bringing in Keenan Allen. You can't really screw up having the first overall pick and taking Caleb Williams.
I'm just.
They had,
Do you mean the general manager of the Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
yeah,
Because his name is Ryan Poles.
Poles.
Yeah, Ryan Poles.
The guy who got
Ryan Pace is a former offensive lineman as well.
Why did it? Oh, because it was former GM of the Bears. Ryan Pace.
Okay, because I was going to take Ryan Poles as well.
Yeah.
Taking Ryan Poles as
I
well?
am not. No.
Oh.
I just wanted to, before Nevada got too far into it, I wanted to make sure who he was talking about.
Because when I searched Bears GM, it came up as Ryan Pace. I was like, yeah, that sounds right. But that's the first result is who's their GM is Ryan Pace. And he's not even there anymore.
I'll go Terry Fontenot. Font E-N-O-T. Anyone want to guess who he's the executive of?
Arizona.
Wait, fits a lot, dude. One guess, Eric? It's not Arizona, obviously.
No idea, dude. The Los Angeles Rams. I have no idea.
No, he's the general manager for the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair pick.
Matthew Judon, Justin Simmons, Kirk Cousins. I mean, everyone's going to give him shit for Michael Penix, but if Kirk Cousins does not come back, they got a quarterback right there. So,
shit. And then who's your dark horse?
Who's my dark horse? Let me double check his name because I thought he got fired, but I could be mistaken.
Make sure it's the current GM when you search him.
Yeah. Nick Caserio.
Oh, in Houston?
Uh-huh. Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, Danielle Hunter brought in 6 quality, above average above average corners for that secondary. Locked up Dalton Schultz, locked up Nico Collins. So I thought this dude was the drizzling shits just a few years ago. It's amazing what happens when you get lucky and the team picking number 1 takes the wrong quarterback.
Yeah. Makes you look like a pretty good GM when that happens.
Yeah.
All right. So just to kind of try to keep things sped up here, we still have to go through the full week 1 slate. So we're going to jump into the playoffs. So Nevada AFC Championship game, who you got?
Texans Chiefs.
All right. And then I'm taking – who did I take? I took Chiefs Jets. Who do you got, Jermaine?
Give me Bengals Dolphins.
All right. Nick doesn't get a pick on these. Nevada, your NFC Championship.
Eagles Niners.
All right. I have Eagles and Packers.
Can't read his own handwriting.
I thought about going with that one too, but
Jermaine, who you got?
I'm going Lions Rams.
Ooh, a meeting at the traded QBs once again, huh?
It's time for all the marbles.
It's got to be in Detroit, right?
It will be, yeah. What's funny is I don't have the Rams making the playoffs. I don't have the Dolphins making the playoffs either.
Changed on the fly.
So going into that, give me the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl matchup, your Super Bowl winner, and who your MVP is. Nevada, go ahead and give me that.
Rematch of Super Bowl 54, Chiefs and Eagles. And until somebody can prove that there's a better team out there, the Chiefs are going to win. They played their best football in January and February. The Chiefs have won 3 Super Bowls, 3-time Super Bowl MVP is Mahomes. Why not give him another one? 4 for 4.
All right.
Hate the guy, hate the team.
It's probably the worst thing I could have heard today, but I'm going to go ahead and say Philadelphia versus the New York Jets. Philadelphia wins, and give me that Slim Reaper MVP, Devonta Smith. Jermaine, what you got?
I'm going Bengals, Rams.
Oh, boring. I'm just kidding. What's up?
And I'm taking Joe Burrow to win MVP.
Hell yeah. Rematch of, was that 50, 53 or 54?
53.
Don't know the number.
Yeah, somewhere in the low 50s.
Definitely a rematch.
Sweet. So yeah, that gives us our year preview. We'll try to get Nick's AFC, NFC, and Super Bowl picks and get those to you guys. But now moving into week 1, the current slate has already kicked off with Baltimore and Kansas City in Kansas City today.
7-7.
7-7 right now. I do have the DraftKings odds pulled up, and Jermaine, I hand it off to you.
2.5 is the current spread for live betting. Over 52.5. Considering both teams have already scored 14 points in the first 10 minutes, that over is pretty good. But I'm going to stay away from the live game. Let's go ahead and get into the game tomorrow, Nevada. Green Bay Packers visiting Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil. Spread is 2 points. Over-under is set for 49.5. Eagles are the favorites at -130, and Packers are the dogs at +110. Any action about it?
I'm going to go with over on points. I think both of these teams got some lot of high-powered offense potential, especially on Philly's side. I think Jordan Love continues his at least what he did last year, if not a little bit more upward progression. So I'll go over the 49.5. I think I'll take that bet for that game tomorrow, but I think it's going to be a great game as long as none of them wear green.
I'll be riding unders until proven otherwise, so give me the under in this game. And I mean, they're laying 2 points. Give me Packers money line since it's plus.
Take a Packers money line?
Yeah, +110.
All right. So to kick off the Sunday slate will be New England versus Cincinnati, or New England heading into Cincinnati. We got New England as 8.5, or Cincinnati as 8.5 point favorites. The over/under is 41. What do you guys got in this game?
I got New England to cover.
All right.
Bad vibes coming out of Cincinnati right now. Jamar Chase doesn't play. Joe Mixon's gone. So I think week 1 they might struggle. They'll definitely win. I just think the Patriots could cover that 8.5.
Sweet. Nevada, you got anything?
I will throw in one of Nick's nuggies here as it applies. Nick says that rookie head coaches are 9-14-1 straight up and 12-12 against the spread since 2019. One of those rookie head coaches will be Gerard Mayo in New England at +8.5. I will go with the over on this, over 41 points. 8.5 is kind of big in the NFL, but I also don't have really any faith in New England right now, so I'll go with Cincinnati spread as well.
8.5 week one. That's a bold bet.
Hey, if my MVP's going to MVP, he's got to show up in week one.
All right. So next game on the slate here, we have the Arizona Cardinals heading into Buffalo. Buffalo is 6.5-point favorites. Your line is set at 47. What do you guys got in this?
I'll take the over 47 and plus 6.5 for Arizona.
Another Nick's Nuggie for everybody. As Nick says, we fade West Coast teams traveling east and playing in the early game, which obviously is what we have here. Buffalo at minus 290. 290 is a little rich for me, or at least not enough juice for me. But I agree with Nick. I will be taking Buffalo, just not putting money on it. I'll go with the under 47. How about that?
Hey, fuck you, guy.
Hey, you said unders until proven otherwise, and
yeah, I just don't
Here we
think these
go.
defenses are very good.
All right. Moving into the next one, we have Jacksonville heading into Miami. Miami are 3.5-point favorites. Their line is set at 49. Jacksonville plus 142 money line. Miami minus 170. What do you guys got?
This is gonna be a fun game. I'll take Miami
Mhm.
minus 3.5 though. I don't like that hook, but I'll take it.
All right.
yeah, I agree with Jermaine. I think this will be a great game. I might take a Tyreek Hill more than one touchdown. Obviously, don't have the odds right in front of us, but he's more likely going to continue what he did last year. I don't see how that's going to slow down until proven otherwise.
2+ touchdowns for, you said Tyreek Hill, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Plus 450 for 2+ touchdowns. You want that in there?
Put me down.
All right.
I can't think of anybody on Jags team as far as a DB goes that poses any sort of threat to slow down Tyreek.
They just paid someone.
That's the only bet you took, right, Nevada? Sorry, I was looking up the Tyreek Hill bet, and then I do that thing that I do where I don't listen.
You're good, man. Yeah, I'll just stick with the Tyreek bet for now.
Cool. All right.
I'm taking the under on that one, Eric.
You're taking the under as well?
Yeah, both defenses are real good.
Under 49. All right.
49.
So moving into the next game on Sunday, we have the Houston Texans. We have a divisional game. Cool. Houston Texans heading into Indianapolis. Houston is 3-point favorites. The line is set at 48.5. Colts money line plus 124. Texans money line minus 148. What do you guys got?
Nevada.
Nick, another Nick Nuggie, a divisional game. Houston has won the last 2. And the last 5, the under, oh my gosh, over under is at 47.8. Currently, this one's sitting at 48.5. So I'm going to roll with Nick's Nuggies, and I'm going to go under 48.5. And I'll go with Texans minus 3.
Cool. Jermaine, what you got, brother?
I'll abstain.
You're gonna abstain?
Yeah.
All right. It's gonna be if Anthony Richardson is decent, it's gonna be a great game.
Anthony Richardson's gonna run fucking wild in that game.
Let's see. I just want to see a good football game.
That home dog plus 124. I mean, it's tempting, but I'm abstaining.
All right. So next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings heading to New York to play the Giants. Minnesota is a 1.5-point favorite. The line is 41. Minnesota minus 122. New York outright is plus 102. What do you guys got? You can both can pass if you want. It's cool.
I am taking the Giants, money line and spread.
You're taking them plus 1.5 as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Got a healthy DJ for the time being.
I don't know what to expect from this game. And it's probably going to be one of the funner games of the week, so I might just tune into it because of that. But talk about question marks all around.
Yeah, I originally was going to take the Vikings spread because I thought Flores' defense might be able to shut down the Giants, but then I thought, shit, the Giants have one of the best defenses that nobody talks about as well. So they might shut down the Vikings. So I am not having any part of this game because I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Sam Darnold doesn't like ghosts.
Yeah, he's still seeing them ghosts.
That's funny. All right. So next game we have Tennessee heading into Chicago. Chicago is 3.5-point favorites. The line is 44.5. If you want Tennessee money line, plus 154. If you have faith in Chicago, it's minus 185. What do you guys got?
This goes back to Nick's first nugget about rookie coaches. Again, a reminder: 9-14-1 straight up, 12-12 against the spread. Tennessee has the rookie coach, and I'm blanking on his name right now.
Brian Callahan.
Thank you. When Nick sent this, they were at plus 4.5. They are now at plus 3.5.
Oof. Losing a point.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over 44.5. I think Caleb Williams comes out and tries to light it up as much as he can. Yeah, I will go over 44.5.
All right. Jermaine, anything on Tennessee, Chicago?
Yeah, I'm taking the under.
I don't know. Okay, I see what we got going on here.
Yeah, fuck you, Nevada. The Tennessee Titans defense not being talked about. They added a leading tackler for the Rams last year who had 145 tackles to come in and be their Mike linebacker towards cuts. They brought in L'Jarius Sneed, the guy who covers regardless of what side of the field you go to. My man's shadowed in Kansas City. So, and then also, obviously, they already had Isaiah Simmons and a pretty beefed up front four. I think this defense is a lot better than people are giving it credit for, and it's flying under the radar. Not only that, both quarterbacks are basically rookies.
Mm-hmm.
Like Will Levis hasn't started a full complement of 17 games yet. So I think it's going to be primetime jitters for Caleb Williams, despite him saying he never gets nervous. I believe that, but you ain't played in an NFL game before. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to say I ain't never been nervous until you in the situation to be nervous. It's at home. Bears fans have expectations now. You're the most hyped rookie prospect since, I don't know. Trevor Lawrence wasn't as hyped, but maybe Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as like a true franchise QB, I'd say it's
true
Luck.
franchise. Yeah, like we had love for T. Law, but it wasn't like this Caleb Williams. Like,
right.
We talked about Caleb Williams for 3 fucking years. So I'll take the under. I think the Bears cover though. So I'll take Bears minus 3.5, and I'm not super confident about that. So
yeah. All right. Another 10 a.m. game. We have Pittsburgh heading into Atlanta to play the Falcons. The Falcons are 3.5-point favorites. The underline is set at 42. If you're feeling lucky, take Pittsburgh plus 145. If you're not, take Atlanta minus 175. Who do you guys got?
I'm fading the Steelers. They haven't picked a quarterback yet. So give me the Falcons minus 3.5. The expectations, the offseason. Yeah. And also, like, their ex-head coach is calling the plays on the other side. You know that defense is going to be juiced to slap that man in the mouth for ruining a very good football team last year. Oh, dude, and then Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts and Drake London, they all want hundreds of yards.
Mm-hmm.
So give me the over 42, and I think Atlanta could hit that by itself. Yeah, that's right. Fuck the Steelers defense. I ain't scared.
Nevada, you got any juice on this?
I'll also go with the over. I agree with everything Jermaine said. And they should have a competent quarterback now in Atlanta, whether it's Penix or some version of Kirk. Yeah, I'll go over 42, and I will also take Atlanta to cover that spread.
-3.5.
We bet against Tomlin. What a bunch of idiots.
I know. Hey, if they had a QB and a competent QB or a QB that didn't have a lingering calf issue, I might reconsider. But
for sure, if Russ wasn't hurt and they had announced their quarterback 2 weeks ago, and I knew that person was just getting all the reps, I'd be much more confident in the team. But because of that, like it's like the Bengals. The week 1 juju is not good, so I'm fading it. I could be proven wrong. Sorry. Next game, Carolina Panthers travels to New Orleans to open the newly renovated Caesars Superdome. Spread is Saints -4. Over/under is 41.5. Line for the Panthers is +160. Give me the Carolina Panthers +4 and the under 41.5. It's going to be Derek Carr running for the hills all game long since the Saints only have 4 offensive linemen. That's all I got for that game.
As Nick noted here in the Nuggies, another divisional game. Carolina is 1-4 in their last 5 in this series, and the Saints' average spread is -6, with the over/under at 39 points. So I will go with under 41.5. I'm actually going to go. I'm going to channel the spirit of Nick. Cuss out the Panthers, but still have hope and take them for the money line.
Outright winner.
Outright.
Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
Bryce Young's going to come in and show that he ain't the bum that we saw last year. Side bet, Jermaine. I will act as Nick's proxy. Do you want to put a case on it?
Yeah, I tried to do this last episode. I don't know if you listened or not, but Nick
hadn't gotten to it yet.
Was undecided because we play each other fantasy week 1 as well. So I was trying to make it a big bet. But yeah, case of beer, customary case of beer. Absolutely, Nevada.
I thought we had naming rights on the line.
Yeah, I was trying to spice it up, but Nick kept getting scared, and he's like, "I'm not doing no Jersey." I don't know why.
Is that Southern. Am I putting Nick's money on the line for that case of beer, or is this a me bet?
No, it's Nick's money. We only spend Nick's money on this podcast.
Right. And rightfully so. So, yes, Nick, pay attention to the Carolina game. You got a case on it.
You think he watches this year?
He's going to watch the first half. He's going to be pissing and moaning, and then there's going to be some life, and he'll have some hope, but he'll ultimately be like, this season it sucks. Adam Thielen's a bum. He's washed up. He can't be our number 1 wide receiver. Deontay Johnson's got to pull his head out of his ass. Jonathan Brooks has to get healthy. Bryce Young has got to learn this offense.
I thought Nick had this week off. All right, next game. Denver Broncos travels into the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are 6-point favorites. Over/under is 41.5. That seems low. And then Broncos are +205 on the line. Give me that Broncos line. And give me the points. If you want to lay me 6 for this Denver team. Yeah. Look, man, everyone wants to discredit Sean Payton. Sean Payton went out and picked the perfect quarterback for his offense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anything to do with the over-under, though. Go ahead, Nevada.
As Nick said, the original Nugget, rookie head coach, again, 9-14-1 straight up, 12-12 against the spread. Seattle is -6.
That's a big spread.
So you got according to Nick's Nuggies, you got a 50-50 shot to cover that spread. I agree with Jermaine. I think that spread is too big. Again, it might be a little bit of the homer glasses, but I think there's too many people sleeping on the Broncos that they're just going to be trash. They
won 8 games. They won 8 games last year.
I know. And they got all the same staff coming back. They got continuity, as you said. Sean Payton was like, I got my guy. He's done nothing but rant and rave about him. So I will go with Broncos with the spread over 41.5. Just because I think actually the Broncos can probably score 20 points this year. That'd be cool. Just get to 20, please. And I will personally sprinkle just a little bit of pizza money on the money line for the Broncos.
All right, we got the Raiders of Las Vegas traveling into Los Angeles to take on the stepson Chargers. Chargers are 3-point favorites. Over-under is 40 points. God damn, these over-unders are brutal. Raiders on the line, plus 130.
Real quick, Jermaine for you, Nick Snuggies, another divisional game. Chargers have won the last 3. Average spread of -3. And the over-under is at 44.8. Granted, that was probably when San Diego or the Chargers had a plethora of weapons on the offense compared to now.
Yeah, this Antonio Pierce versus Jim Harbaugh. I mean, it's going to be run the football and hit him in the mouth. Mm-hmm. I don't know about this over-under. It's low if you're flirty, but I don't want anything to do with it. And I don't want anything to do with this game.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to take the Raiders money line, but I'm not gutsy enough because that San Diego, the Chargers defense has got talent all over it.
We say that every year.
We do, but they're all healthy for game 1 at least.
And they are every year.
Talk to us in week 5, and yeah, Derwin James is going to be out for 2 weeks, and Joey Bosa is going to be in and out. Yeah, I'm also abstaining from this game.
All right. Next game, Dallas heads to Cleveland. Cleveland 2.5-point favorites. The over/under is 41. Dallas's dog is plus 114 money line. What do you guys got?
I don't know, man. Are either of these teams good? Give me the under. I'll take under 41. CeeDee Lamb scares me. I don't know if he's going to be on a pitch count. Deshaun Watson's shoulders is hurt. Like, I don't know who wins this game. I'll take the under, dude. I think this is going to be an ugly football game.
All right. Nevada?
That's fair. I will go with the over, though. I think both of these teams can hit 20 points easy. But, yeah, as far as, like Jermaine said, is what's the status with CD? Deshaun Watson hasn't been able to get his massages, so his shoulder hurts. I'll only take points on this one.
Word. All right. Next game, we have the Washington Commanders heading into Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is 3.5-point favorites. The line is 42.5. If you want Washington as the dogs, it's plus 154. Any action for you, fellas?
I want the Washington money line. Over 42.5. Might as well give me them at 3.5 points too if I'm taking the line. Just give me
straight across the board.
Over, you said, right?
Give me the Manders in that ass, bro. Terry McLaurin, anytime touchdown score. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't know what with Baker. That's my hang up.
Eric. Yeah, dude. Preach. What do you got on Baker?
I would like to see Baker succeed. Obviously, he relatively tore it up with Tampa last year. He was a great fit for him. You would hope he would do the same thing again, but I just haven't seen him be consistent year over year to warrant that trust yet. Obviously, he's got the steady Eddie and Mike Evans. One of my favorite comments in a Reddit thread was like, "Who is so and so's this year as they were last year?" Like so and so, Amon-Ra of this year's Garrett Wilson. Someone commented, "This year's Mike Evans is Mike Evans," and that's incredibly accurate. He is Mike Evans is gonna Mike Evans. So
1,008, book it.
yeah. Do we have a yardage for Mike Evans, like 100-yard game? I don't know what his over-under is if that's posted.
I could get you that. Oh, Eric's on it.
Oh, look at this. Let's see, Mikey Evans.
All right, what do you want? You said over 100?
90 plus is 215. 100 is 310.
Ooh, even 80 is 145. I'm going to make it easy and just go over 80 at plus 145.
Pussy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna. Other than that, I'll stay away from it. I'll just go with the prop bet.
All right, we got the Rams traveling into Detroit for Sunday Night Football. Spread is 4.5 in favor of Detroit. Over under is 52. Money line for the Rams is plus 170. This is a fun game.
Yeah.
And just because I want to root for it, I don't think it hits, but give me the over 52. Give me the over 52. And I think we're going to learn a lot about this Detroit team. They're the hunted now. They're the favorite. So give me the Rams. But it's Jared Goff in a dome. I'm not taking the points. Give me the Rams money line. Plus 170, baby. Let's go. Ram up. Caw-caw! That's the sound they make, right?
Nevada?
Yes. Sounds about right. I'm going I'm with Jermaine. I think it's a fantastic Sunday night game. I'm going over points. I'm going to take Detroit spread. Yeah, no point in taking the money line. I think it's going to be a great game, an offensive game. So many weapons on both sides of the field. I think they can hit that 52 pretty easy.
Super Bowl preview, week 1.
Yep.
All right, and then last game to close us out for the week on Monday, we have the New York Jets heading into San Francisco. San Francisco 4.5 point. It's the line 43.5. Jets are plus 180 money line dogs. What do you guys got?
Here you go, Jermaine. Another Nick's nugget for you. Nick says we fade East Coast teams traveling west in prime time. So
Yeah. I mean, that's
for you.
We've been following it for ages.
Yep.
It's just hard to fade San Francisco. Give me the over 43.5, and I know that Jets defense is fantastic, but I'll take San Fran to cover.
Minus 4.5.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I agree completely with Jermaine. If this was, I don't know, say week 6, 7, 8, something like that, where we can see what Rodgers is actually like, maybe it's a different story. But for now, who knows? Maybe he sees ghosts in week 1 as well.
Maybe Zach Wilson's better.
Oh yeah, did the Jets make a mistake by bringing in Rodgers instead of keeping Zapper? Jesus Christ, I'm done.
Appreciate your time, Nevada. You guys, who's your favorite touchdown scorer this week?
Well, mine already hit. King Henry, first touchdown of the year. So, but I'll give a Sunday one. Let's see here.
Cooper Kupp. I'm going Cooper Kupp for mine.
I will go with Amon-Ra.
Oh, okay. Just same game. All right.
I think that's going to be the highest scoring game of the week. So that gives me the most opportunity.
I think I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans defense.
Oh.
To score a touchdown?
To score a touchdown.
What's that? What's the odds on that?
Let's see.
It's got to be a pick 6, right?
I mean,
if Richardson's
throwing.
Yeah, if he throws more than 12 passes.
So they have players. So both teams scores. Houston scores safety. Houston.
God dang, Lamar.
It seemed unnecessary.
Yeah, trying to get a concussion in the first half.
They don't have a defense special teams touchdown bet. That's so stupid.
What?
You sure? Because sworn they did.
Yeah, defensive special team props. Sacks, tackles, assists, safety, turnovers, field goals made, kicking points. Punt total. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't see it. Does that mean I have to pick something else?
No, we just
No.
don't have odds.
Oh, is that because I can pick a player?
We're all right.
Oh, okay.
We're all right. Pick 6. If you can bet it, bet it.
Cool.
Thanks for. Sorry, you guys got anything else?
No. Go Birds.
Oh, okay. Guess you do have something else. Please follow us on it. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Podcast Room303. For myself, Jermaine Colon Mendez, for my co-host, and for the executive producers, Nevada Putnam and Eric Washington. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.